ye landlubber! Ahoy from the SS Uselessness Meets! Along for the ride tonight is none other than the Kia Soul Riding. You can get with this or that. Yar, Camster, Buck Wild, and not Reverend Run, but just Rev himself of the land-loving podcast community. Captain Jav welcomes everybody aboard. Arg, arg. Nobody? Cam? No arg? Arg, arg, arg. Well, there it is. Now, I hope the seas are faring well and the wind has been at ye backs. Okay, sorry, I just had to get that out of the way because I figured that might have been the best way to do that. But anyways, I just got to have a question for y'all. I'm sorry, Phenomenal, that it sounds like roaches. Buck, Cam, Rev, do you care to walk the plank with some drunken degenerates hand in hand?
Heck yes.
Okay.
Who
Too
walks
late.
the plank?
We are all walking the plank as of right now, except Buck, because he keeps coming in and out. But that's not the point. He's wishy-washing right now. I want to start with the cameo-making, Kia Soul-riding Camster.
No.
Yes. A name like Camster, it kind of leaves a pretty big impression. If I see Camster, the first thing I'm thinking of is like, oh, Junk, who's that? What was the idea behind your name?
The idea, actually, it's a nickname I've had for probably 16 or 17 years in real life. Camster the hamster. I am called that by family members. So I used it. I went with it.
Nice. I believe there's another gentleman in here, Rev. Short, sweet, to the point. If you want to get married, I got you. If you're dying and need somebody to bless you, he's got you. Rev, where did it come from?
When I was 18, so 16 years ago, I found out that you could get ordained online for free, and I just wanted the title. I just wanted to, introduce myself. They say, oh, Mr. Oh, no, that's Reverend.
I'm glad you brought that up because I have had that same title for 6 years now.
It's been 16 for me.
Man, so we're like part of the brotherhood. We're walking around like a bunch of ninja fighting monks.
I suppose you could say that.
Have you married anybody lately?
Not lately, but I have performed 3 marriages.
Any coming up?
No, but I mean, pretty much all of my friends, everybody I work with know that I'm a reverend. And if they're getting married and they want somebody that'll probably work cheap, maybe work just for booze, I'm there.
No doubt. Jesus turned water into wine. I feel that, brother. What about Buck? Do any of y'all know what the story behind Buck is? I feel like Buck is short for Buccaneer. And when I think of Buccaneer, I think of drunkenness. And when I think of drunkenness, I see coming in and out of podcasts because they can't really say much because something's backing up.
I think it has to do with his name, but I can't confirm that.
Camster, do you know?
I can't confirm it either. Buck, if you want to send me a message about where your name
Buck's actually doing it right now on the podcast chat. I see P1's trying to chime in. Buchanan.
So I was right.
Oh, that's his last name, I think.
Ah, well, I that makes sense. Makes
Buck,
sense.
I just outed you.
Now, Buck Naked, that sounds like that Duluth Trading Company commercials. Want to get Buck Naked? Anyways. Sorry, I digress pretty easy. I digress pretty easy. First off, I have a pair of those boxers, and they are amazing. So, Rev, if you want to have the feeling of angels holding you secure throughout the day, I would suggest you getting that. Christmas is around the corner, just something to think about. Cam, I know you got a father as well, because it takes 2. So, think about that. Give one to your dad. I mean, he'll love you even more than he does now.
Okay, you're assuming that my dad wears underwear, and you shouldn't make assumptions like that.
Well, my dad doesn't. I was just hoping yours did.
I'm pretty sure mine doesn't.
I'm pretty sure mine does. Well, I know he owns it. I can't vouch for whether he wears it or not. I know he owns.
Well, kind of like underwear, I would like to start proverbially, I'm not that drunk. I would like to start talking about getting dressed in this game. So let's start with the boxers. And Cam, I want to know, how did you get started? Because just like getting dressed, everybody has to put some form of pants on first. I don't know many people who put shirts on first.
Don't make Hamster put pants on.
Well,
I prefer to leave my pants off, but we
well,
can
then
talk
put your shirt.
about-
Then put your shirt on first. Then.
Okay, I did say I might do this topless.
Well, just so you know, that makes two of us right now.
Sweet. So I'm assuming you mean how did I get started with Champions? My husband, he found the game and told me I should try it.
Your husband play?
He used to. He does not play anymore.
So really, he got mad that you started being better than him in this.
I wish I was better than him. His roster is way better than mine will ever be. And it's a shame that he does not play anymore. I just am way more into it.
The good part is, though, with him not doing it, you can always just, instead of double fisting beers and brewskis and liquor, you can double fist phones.
No.
No?
I like to just play my own account. I'm kind of I don't know. I don't like playing other people's accounts. I like to just play my own because I know where everything is. I know how everything works.
What about your journey through this game? I mean, you couldn't get where you're at now just by frolicking in the fields. You know, like where did you start off at in the game? Was there a faction that you were with for a while, or have you just kind of been floating around until now?
You know, I honestly don't remember the first faction because it was kind of, I have two boys and we all four kind of like, we just followed. First faction I remember really being in was Divine Judgment. I was in one right below that. It was a family and there was Velocity, I think.
Mm-hmm.
And that's when my husband chose to go to a different faction and I stayed where I was. And then I made friends there.
Ooh, turmoil.
Yeah, that's how it happens. But I made some friends there. I'm still we then became let's see, there was Kung Fu Factory and something else
Oh yeah, I remember seeing them.
Yeah, then we went to 100 Proof and I've got some very, very dear friends. I'm going to give a shout out to my blindsiders. We've been friends. We have our own little chat and we've been friends for a while. We were in 100 Proof together and then we all moved to Creep together. And that's where I met Envy and Rev and Kev and Buck and so many of the people that I'm with today. And then from I left there and kind of hung out in a little unknown faction called G-Force until I heard from Envy and that she was getting, it was a van faction, and then we ended up being the Booty family.
Well, Rev, do you have a story as gripping and on the edge of your seat like Camster? I mean, that story sounds like you could almost make a movie out of it.
No, mine's not nearly as gripping, and I've told this story before. If you've listened to my original podcast, the Davey and Vengeful one, or Double D and V1, as I like to call them. So I started. I saw the advertisement for the game for Royal Rumble last year. I figured, what the hell? I'll download it, see if I like it. I ended up liking it way more than I ever thought I would. So
same here.
One of the events missions was join a faction. I didn't even search for anything. I just saw the recommendations at the pop-up, and there was the Finn Balor Club. And
the Finn Balor Club.
Yeah, never heard of them, right? So yeah. I eventually found my way to leader. I'm assuming because the original leader left and it somehow defaulted to me. I don't know. Found out with my roster the way it was, I was a good candidate for Creepy Legends, which was the #2 Creep faction at the time. Ended up joining them within 2 months. I met Jay Byrne, and he really liked me and saw potential in me and brought me up. And I was Creep ever since until September 6th when Envy and I left and created what we have now.
I mean, you didn't have anything in there about a possible divorce over a game like Camster did, but I mean that's still a pretty solid start. I mean, That
It's
was
easy to not
probably.
get threatened with divorce when you're not married.
So are you single and looking, or what's the deal?
Single, not exactly looking, but I got my eyes open.
I hope so. If you're part of the booty club, I'm sorry, the booty family.
Not just part of, co-founder of.
Oh, so really, you're like the Don of booty. I,
Between Envy and me, we're the people who started it, and everybody else followed. Yeah.
well,
I
I
mean, I
want.
guess if you want to go that route, I could be Don and she could be the Donna.
Uh-oh. Well, what about faction wise? How many is there now?
How many
We have
factions
3.
or people?
No, how many factions are part of the booty family right now?
We've got
3.
rum and booty, bourbon and booty, and tequila and booty.
It literally came out of nowhere. It pulled an
Of course.
RKO, and it's like, oh, look at this. And then it's like, oh, wait a second. Look, there's another one. And then it's like tequila and booty. So as I see this, I know ANH was EXE. Uselessness came out of EXE. Where exactly did all of y'all come from? Meaning,
Envy and
like,
I
let's
were
say,
leaders of Creek.
so y'all two were the ones that started, and y'all just had friends from other factions who were like, "Oh, hey, that's pretty cool. Let's do that." Yeah.
Most of it was we left Grim Creepers. A bunch of messages started flooding in, mostly to her, but some to me, asking
I would have
what
messaged
happened,
you.
where we. People asking what happened, where did you go, all this
Yeah.
good stuff. So we just told them we left, we started our own thing, and that's that. And if people asked to come join us, we welcomed them. If they didn't, then we just kept friends.
Yeah. Well, Cam, what kind of stuff was being said your way? Because I know, just like when we left EXE, it was like, some people, they were like, oh, good luck. And then other people, it was kind of like, hey, F you, cunt. Was was most of it, and Rev, this would be to you too, was most of it positive, or were there a couple of bitter Bettys out there who were just like, y'all are D-bags?
I actually had left a few weeks before Rev and Envy did. I can't remember exact, maybe like 2 or 3 weeks. And I was still talking to Envy. I was still talking to people who were in Creep. I still have friends that are in Creep. So I didn't really have I didn't have negative feedback when I left. I've always said that anyone who has ever talked to me and knows me knows, for me, it's more about the people than the actual game itself. Sometimes I forget that there's actually a game I'm supposed to be playing. So I just wanted to be with friends and be with people that I could have fun with.
Well, that does bring up a good point, because I'm all for, being serious when it comes to, feuds and things like that. And it's kind of hard to forget when you're doing that 24-hour feud that there's actually something else outside of this. And just like during the week, somebody trying to say something to you and you're like, what, man? What? I'm trying to get this thing done. And then afterwards, you're like, oh, man, I was kind of a douchebag. I kind of get caught up in that. I don't know if y'all do, but, I'm trying to look at 3 factions, all just so happens to be named after some type of liquor and booty. And, I'm trying to make sure that we're keeping up. And that brings me to my next question. Rev, since you were the Don of this whole thing, was it always the idea to make it named after a liquor?
No. Actually, when we left, we started 2 factions, the Candy Van and the Bacon Van. Now, we had a group of people that were interested in joining us that didn't exactly like those names, and I get it. It's a little suggestive. So we started tossing ideas around.
There's going to be 6 more weeks of winter. Like that?
That's right. Exactly. So we started tossing ideas around, and I tossed out 2, bourbon and booty and rum and booty. Now, the background on that is that I used to play Rock Band with a buddy of mine a lot. And whenever I bought the game and went to make my own single player band, I couldn't think of a good name. But the game would auto suggest names. And one of the names that came up was Rum and Booty, pirate theme. So
Ooh.
I took that and I changed it to Bourbon and Booty because I'm more of a whiskey guy than I am a rum guy. And I like alliteration. I like the B&B. So it stemmed from that.
Now, Cam, when you saw that, what did you think when you saw that?
When I saw Rum and Booty,
Yep.
you know, honestly, I was already there when we were in the van.
We were still with the vans.
Yeah, I was there when we were in the vans. There was a lot of fun about our bacon van and our candy van. And when they said Rum and Booty, who doesn't like booty? I mean, come on. I was all for it. Absolutely.
Exactly.
And rum,
Hey,
rum.
a flat one is better than none. That's what I always say.
That's right. So, you know, sign me up for some rum and booty. Yeah, absolutely.
Now, there was another one, not saying that there is, but if another one came, what do you think you would name it?
Oh, we've had this discussion so many times.
Oh,
Vodka and booty, wine and booty, beer and booty.
What about Evans
Let's not
and
go with
booty?
brand names. Let's be fairly generic.
Oh,
Sky,
yeah, it's gonna
Sky
be
and
some
booty.
kind of liquor.
Yeah, but it's got to be a liquor. It can't be beer or wine. I mean, it just makes sense
Malt?
because our server is called Liquor Booty.
Malt?
Come on.
Malt,
we
malt
could
and
have,
booty.
you know, for the underage crowd, we could have milkshakes and booty.
Oh no! O'Doul's and booty.
Oh, Duels
Now,
doesn't
Cam,
have
you know
liquor.
good and well our server is not underage friendly.
It is so not underage friendly. I mean, you really probably should be 37 if you're going to be on our server.
Well, that eliminates
Yeah.
both of the founding members.
Oh,
So,
man.
Look, I understand that because if there's one thing I feel like those Discord chats are made for is for grown-ups to be grown-ups. And what I have learned is a lot of grown-ups that play these games, this kind of game, and are around a group, they're not necessarily the most PG rated.
No.
Yeah.
I mean,
Our server is proof of that.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I would say I'm ashamed of some of the stuff that goes on in there, but my thing is if it makes people laugh and make people have a good time, then why not do it? You know, it only makes sense.
Let's just say if everyone out there, like everyone in the world knew about our server, most people would be ashamed to say that they were on the server. But
yeah,
Except
most
me.
of us here, not at all.
Well, I am kind of ashamed to say my nipples have probably been posted more than somewhere on Pornhub. I mean, my nipples fly out faster than pancakes at IHOP.
My nipples have not been seen. So
Well,
Never?
not in the faction.
Wayne says
Oh.
lies.
I thought you meant in
Oh.
general.
Well, I
No,
mean, Rev Cam could, she could do the old tape them up. She might just use the new tape.
Yeah, like Tobias Funke, a never nude.
Yep.
But that wouldn't make sense with her.
No, it really wouldn't.
Well, Cam, do you have a favorite superstar?
That's yeah. It in the game or on the show?
In the game.
In the game. It would be probably Brock, NBT Brock. And I really am not a Lesnar fan in general, but he's kind of badass in the game.
Yeah, he's a douchebag in real life. Oh, sorry. Rev, what about you, bro?
My favorite to play or my favorite to watch?
Your favorite to play. We're sticking to champions right now. We're going to get into the nitty-gritty here in a minute.
Right now, I'd have to say Eddie and Trickster Andre.
Oh, let me guess. You have Trickster Andre too?
Oh, yeah.
Douchebag. Oh,
I farmed so hard after I got him just to make sure I could max out his moves and max him out.
Oh,
he's a beast.
Pardon me, Jarv, while I stroke my pecker in front of you. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. That was real nice.
I got lucky, one pull from Tapjoy Cash. So.
Ooh, and it was free. It was.
Exactly.
Hey, speaking of Tapjoy Cash, I am still going from Black Friday stuff back with Tapjoy. They owe me about 18,000 in-game cash.
Yeah, they owe me 22.
Look. Oh, really? Are you still trying to get up with them?
Yep.
Yep, I feel that. I figure if you're annoying enough, they end up just saying, okay, fine, whatever, we'll try it. It's worth it at the end. Now, I want to know, who do you two think the most useless superstar in this game is?
80% of them.
Dang.
I can't agree with that because of training abilities. I would say closer to 60, but
You don't
anything
think
with only one full star?
you think maybe, I don't know, John Cena?
Well, I mean, to be fair, I know Envy has a 3-star gold John Cena that she plans on taking a 4-star.
Envy does. No wonder she's asleep. She must be on narcotics.
It's the showboat Cena though, so I mean he's viable at the very least. Not to mention needed in hell mode several places, so I get it. But like Acro Cena, yeah, total worthless.
Oh, what a tool. Yeah. What about you, Camster?
I play with I have a small roster, or small rooster as we like to say, and I play with a very limited number of superstars because I think most of them just suck.
Well, who is it you're using?
That's right, Wayne. I do have a small cock, or none at all.
Hey, I got 4-star cock.
And
I have a 500k rooster, so
mine is I'm less than 400k still, but I know how to use it. I use my Brock NBT. I took Doink to 4-star over Stardust, and I really kind of like him because I finally got Xavier. I've got Vader, and Andre the Giant, and I still like even though I didn't take Stardust to 4, I still like Stardust. He's in and out quick, and I appreciate that in a man.
Hey, facts. Well, hey, don't tell your husband. But if there's one thing I pride myself on, is in 5 minutes, 3 minutes is pillow talk.
That's right.
Hey, hold on. Wise man once told me, it's not about the size of the boat. It's not about the motion of the ocean. It's about having a captain that is willing to stay in port long enough for all the passengers to get off.
Now that is spoken like a wise man.
Exactly.
That whoever told you that, I might need their phone number for some more wisdom. Because
unfortunately, I don't remember who told me that. So good luck.
Okay. Well, thanks for that. There went. Oh, Sam, good question. How many passengers? Are we talking
all of them?
Are we talking about like a school bus full of passengers, or just like the minivan? Because that's a big difference, homie.
However many there are. I mean, if there's only one passenger, if there's 7 passengers, if there's 20 passengers, you got to find a captain that's able to stay in port long enough to get them all off.
In it for the long haul.
Exactly.
And if you start pulling off and you see one more coming, you put on the brakes and let them hop on too.
Envy.
Hey. Oh, wait. Somebody say envy.
No, I said indeed.
Oh, got me. Sorry. This is what I'd like to know. Your favorite type your favorite class of superstar.
Ooh. Well, 4-star throws in a different dynamic, honestly, because I mean, showboats, you get that extra HP. Strikers, a huge amount of gem damage. Acros are typically quick to charge their moves. It's really hard to say. Now, my least favorite, I gotta say, is still Powerhouse.
Yeah.
Now, Vader's pretty decent. So is Nash.
Phenom.
Not nearly as good as, I don't even have him. I couldn't tell you.
I don't either. They keep teasing me with it. It's like I'll get 5 shards out of it, and I got 100, but that's beside the point. Sorry, keep going.
I mean, you got the technicians that are decent, the tricksters that I would say are good, but not great because of the gem damage boost that the strikers get against you because of their gem damage, and a boost on top of that. It's just ridiculous. So I would say my favorites are probably acrobat and tricks, or acrobat and striker, trickster just below that, showboat just below that, tech just below that, and then powerhouse.
Cam, what about you? You're awful quiet.
I was just letting Rev talk. I don't really. Each class has its pros and cons. I guess I haven't really thought of them in terms of a class, because to me the moves are more specific. If you have the right trainers, especially those MP trainers, and the people like Eddie and Razor Ramon, where they have those
The bad guy.
Yeah, I think Deadman has one where they have those. Of course, these are all people I don't have, but they have those almost instant submission move fillers. I don't care what class you are, you can get that. It is a nightmare when you're in a feud with only one prop card. It's a nightmare.
Oh, yeah.
So I do appreciate with the showboats the increased health, but I don't really have a class that I favor. It's very superstar and move specific.
Yeah, the drawback of the increased hit points is that it takes way more health packs to get everybody healed if you're talking showboats.
Yep.
And my biggest problem is they always send, what is it, about 2 or 3 times a month you get that, hey, how are we doing? The little survey. Do y'all do the surveys?
I always press that little X.
I try to do those surveys as often as possible.
95% of the time, I do those surveys, and the first thing I say is your health packs are way too low.
Yes.
I have like 2,200. I can't really talk on that.
Oh wow. Well, there you go again, throwing the rooster
That's
around.
what happens when you feud with Eddie.
I mean, that makes me sick. I think I got maybe 810.
When we had those 2 12-hour feuds, I was only able to do like 6 hours of each of them. So I feuded with Eddie the entire time, and I think I used a total of 75. Oh, geez, Fleming, I've been meaning to ask you how many you had, because last I saw it was in the 2000s. He's got 5,800.
That's got to be made up. 5882 from Avatar Wizard.
No. Trust me, it's legit.
What the hell?
I think it
2 months ago he showed me a screenshot. It was at 2,800.
No, I agree.
My
I would believe it's legit.
Oh, look, there he goes. Look, yeah, let's throw up our rooster in here. Let's throw our rooster up in here.
That little 4-star so there.
Quick side note. Quick side note. While I'm thinking about it, before I forget, this podcast chat, that was Envy's idea. She was the only person listening live the first time I recorded a podcast with Davey D and Vengeful One, and she suggested that chat. So we made it happen.
And now look, she's sleeping while y'all do the talking.
Exactly. Where's she at?
Now, she's probably trying to size her rooster up. She knows she's trying to get it right for y'all.
There you go.
Look, this is kind of leading in to the, quote, hot topics of this week.
Like the store?
Like the what?
Like the store?
Yep. Just like hot topics, but instead of wearing super tight jeans, you got 2 shirtless people and a reverend.
And of course, you assume that I have a shirt on.
Well, as a reverend, you do have to kind of be more holy, and no hot pockets.
But that could be interpreted several different ways.
That is true. That is true. Because if you're married, anything you do is a beautiful sight. But that's beside the point. We're not here for politics. What we are here for is to see what y'all's take is on the stamina monster.
He's okay. I mean, he's not great, but I like his trainer ability.
Dude, let me tell you something. It makes me so mad because there's a blitz coming up, right? And you have to use him.
Oh, crap.
And can only use him, allegedly.
And they're talking about what, you get 10 capes if you end up maxing it out. If that's even true, I don't know. I have enough to make him 3-star gold, but it's like, yo, where am I going to get these other 10 to make them 4-star? Because there might be something there. You know, if it's worth getting them 10 capes.
And there's macho gear in the tour.
I mean, you think there's enough for me to get 10 extra ones though?
Do you need 10 now, or do you need 10 total?
I need 10 now. Like, I'll need 10 after I evolve to 3-star gold.
Okay, so you have 5 now.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to say there are 6 in the tour, and then depending on how many the Blitz gives you.
Oh, well, so it is. It is possible then, because there's a guy in our faction already that has them at 4-star bronze, and you know, I'm always interested, especially when they put a new person up. I saw somebody post on when I did something on Reddit. I was like, look, you know, what's the deal with Tozawa? Him and Jimmy kind of have the same setup. You know, they have the destroy move, they have the multiply gem move, and then they have the finisher that destroys multiply gems. And somebody said, well, he's kind of like the poor man's Uso. Would y'all say that might be the case?
Don't have Uso, so I couldn't say.
You don't have the acro? You don't have acro Uso?
I don't have either Uso.
I'm Uso-less as well.
Ooh, Uso, sorry, y'all. I didn't mean to bring that up. Y'all got a better roster than me, so at least y'all are winning there, you know. The next thing, look at Avatar. What a douche. Somebody get Wizard out of here. Uso bad, Wizard. Uso bad. But what about, and I really saw this gearing up like World War V over the last 2 months. I want to get both of y'all's takes on literally probably the second longest argument aside from what came first, the chicken or the egg. And that is poaching. Poaching. Not like the eggs, like what everybody claims everybody does in this game.
Oh.
Could one of y'all give me your definition of what poaching is?
You know, here's the thing. We don't get paid to play this game. In fact, we pay other people. I don't know. I don't think poaching is really a thing in this game, because what are you promising people if they come with you? It's a free world. Yes, I pay you to be there, Cobra. It's a free world. If you reach out to people and say, hey, we're having fun over here, we think you might be a good fit, who cares?
Yeah.
Life goes on. You know, it's whether you're in first or second or third or 50th or, you know, whatever it is, at the end of the day, this is a game and it doesn't matter. What matters is that you're having fun and that we're enjoying ourselves. And, you know, that's one of the biggest differences from the Booty family than in the factions I've been in before. We spend a lot of time together doing things that are not specifically related to the game. And we have game
all about
we have our own little monthly events where we do crazy and silly things, and we you know, that's where it's more important. And it just so happens that we smash gems together and we have fun talking about giving each other CPR and
I feel you on that, because, you know, that's essentially the reason why we did uselessness, was because it was like you're out here on this grind and it's just like getting whipped in the back and you are a barred mule. And it's like, why do I even want to play this game? And then it's just like kind of how y'all did. You find those friends that you want to play with, and it's just amazing how much better everything gets.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you know, probably the last month and a half at our old faction, it was just like I mean, yeah, you're getting the rewards and everything, but it's like at the end of the day, are the rewards worth you not being happy?
Right.
And I mean, I have
That
never.
depends.
What you say?
That depends.
Well, what depends on what?
uh,
Oh, he said it, and then he don't have the answer. Come on, Rev.
let me think of a good way to phrase this. I was on the fence several times about completely leaving the game. Super President of Creep can tell you this. Envy can tell you this. Those are the only two people I ever talked to about it, really. And then I say I'm going to give it a little bit of time, give it a little bit of thought, and we'll see what happens. And at the time, I was in Creep, and I was in Grim Creepers. So I mean, basically second place at the worst, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then a feud comes up, and then here's this guy I don't have, and he's a great player as a reward. And
Yep. And you're like,
I gotta stick around for him.
Yeah.
I have, and then I got drawn back in, and then I would get on the fence again, and then same thing would happen. And it was just a vicious cycle. And then I mean, whenever we left Creep and started this, I mean, I've had my thoughts, but they didn't linger nearly as much here than as they did there.
Hello,
I'm
Rev.
here.
Oh, okay. It sounded like you just all of a sudden cut out. I heard you say not nearly as much here, and then it was just like wham.
Oh, yeah. It didn't linger as much with this group as it did in Creep.
Now,
And I think it was because of the fact of how much we had to do while we were there. I mean, Envy and I were the workhorses of the leadership team there, and anybody can tell you that.
oh, and stuff like that wears you down. It's funny because it's like it doesn't matter if there's 100 people or 400 people. 20% of the people do 80% of the work.
It was more like 2 people of 800 people doing 80% of the work, but
that's even worse. That's even worse. So I can see why you were wanting to quit the game. Unlike Camster, who just literally told her husband to shove it, she was still going to be playing while he watches her on the couch trying to Netflix and chill.
He doesn't even watch me on the couch. I just do my own thing.
Yeah, and I mean, to be fair, Envy did way more than I did. I'm not gonna lie whatsoever. I mean, she seemed to be pretty much always available, whereas I was pretty much available when I wasn't at work.
Yeah.
And when I was at work, I could take some breaks here and there, but it's not like I can have my phone on me at all times and use my phone while I'm at work. I'm sorry, I just can't do it. I'd lose my job.
Well, and like we were talking about earlier, there is a life outside of this game. Now, it would be different if we were getting paid to play.
Of course, and real life comes first.
Yeah. Now, does anybody know anything about Dream Slayers? Anything going on with Dream Slayers? Anything?
I don't know much. All I can say is I've heard from a bunch of them. That's all I know.
I mean, I didn't know if maybe somebody that had connections like y'all do. I am still just a little drizzle out of the pants in the WWE community. And I
can say quite a few of them came here, but again, that's all I know. I didn't ask questions.
Well, and sometimes it's better to not know. Sometimes ignorance is really bliss. Shout out to Alexa Bliss, Sam Bam, woo. Sorry, had to throw that one out. That's right. Look, I have some shotgun questions for y'all, and I don't know if y'all know how this works, but I'm going to give you two options. You have 3 seconds to say which one you want, which one you'd pick.
What you're saying is lightning round sort of thing.
Yes.
Lightning round. We can't do lightning round without Envy. She was lightning.
Well, this is the thing. If you can't get it in 3 seconds, Nope. If you can't get it in 3 seconds, you've got to come over here for a feud. It's as simple as that. Each one that takes longer than 3 seconds, that's a feud you've got to come. So we want to make sure we can get this thing. Deal?
Wait, I come
got
every
it.
feud.
What? Wait, what? Who said what? Where?
I said, wait, I come every feud.
Well, that makes 2 of us. It's just usually I'm coming out of joy because I actually won and beat somebody instead of using 200 health packs. That is mine. That is my victory. All right. Are you ready, Cam?
Hang on, let me take a drink.
Oh, junk. Rev, you got something to drink?
I already took a drink. I'm not pausing for drinks. I'm drinking while you're talking.
No,
Okay,
here
I'm
we go.
ready. Let's
Here we
go.
go. Here we go. This is how we're going to do it. Each question I ask, y'all got to take a drink.
I'm drinking water, by the way.
Oh, well, then it ain't no fun then, you know. If we can't throw shots up during this, then you can't throw shots up any time. And Wayne is saying lies again. Okay. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm
Fake
ready.
Wayne, not me.
Showboat Flair or Piper?
Piper.
I don't have either.
Oh, don't feel bad. I have 535 shards of Piper. Ooh, yep. Good
Mhm.
job on that one. Soccer or football?
Football.
Football.
Xbox One or PS4?
Xbox One.
PS4.
Cam, I really like you. I really like you a lot better than Rev right now. Okay.
Me.
Which one was a worser war? World War I or II?
2.
2.
Pretty self-explanatory. Just want to make sure I knew where y'all's. Okay. Acro Uso or Acro Hardy? If you don't have them, it doesn't matter. Whatever it looks like on paper.
Uso.
I would guess Uso based on what I've seen and what I've heard, but I don't have him, so I can't really make a good judgment.
Cam's
Now,
right on this.
Back when the Hardys were
thinking. You're not supposed to think. Go with your gut, Rev. Don't think.
There you go. There you go. That's what almost led to her divorce. Go with your gut.
Right.
All right.
Rev.
I'll stop.
All right. This one's going to be a real gut clincher right here. Calvin or Stu?
Stu.
Oh, I thought I had y'all for a second. Sorry, because it was like quiet. I was like, uh-oh. Look, college sports.
I've had some conversations with both, and Calvin was always pleasant with me, but he was obviously trying to poach me. Stu, we've been back and forth, but at the same time, he was obviously more legit with me.
Somebody needs to tell. This is a side note. Somebody needs to tell Melissa that there's the only blitz that's happening now is this blitz that we're doing right now.
Did you hear that, Melissa?
Yeah, Melissa's my girl. She's just letting us know because we got sandblasted by that lock box.
I'm sorry.
Our lick boxers were not ready, and then we thought we weren't going to get a lickety box, and then they gave it to us, and it was just kerfuffle.
So
yeah, who's prepared to lick box when you're?
But you still got to lick the box though. Didn't y'all get to lick the box?
We've been licking that box.
You gotta do stretches.
You just need to be careful because if you lick the box too much, your tongue will go raw, and then you can't lick no more.
That's what I'm saying. That's
what
I've been trying to say. You got to know when lick box is coming, so you can do your stretches.
Speaking of, have you seen
clamping your tongue during lick box?
Speaking of lick box, have you seen the viral video of that golden retriever?
No.
Can't say that I have.
It's just started going around this week. This guy has a pizza shop and he has a pizza sitting there in the window and it's the same height as the dog. And they are filming this dog licking that window for a solid 6 minutes trying to get that pizza.
That guy should lick box for us.
Well, hey, he's a lick box king from what it looked like. Back to it. We digress horribly. I'm sorry. We are truly useless. I know. College sports or pro?
Pro.
Really? No college in anything?
I like college football.
I watch March Madness. That's it.
Well, speaking of college football.
I've been meaning to get into college sports for a while because those are the up and coming guys. Those are the ones you want to know about when it comes to like fantasy football and shit. But I just can't do it.
Well, would y'all rather
Uh-huh.
watch? Would y'all rather watch WWE champions or real WWE?
Real WWE.
Really?
Real. I mean, if it's just watching somebody else's gameplay videos of a character that I know, definitely real WWE. Now, if it's gameplay videos of a character I don't know, but maybe I have, especially if I have them, but I don't really know them, then
Yeah.
probably the gameplay videos, because it'll give me some insight.
Now,
That's why I have Buck.
oh, but
Wait,
the
you have
you
Buck?
mean
I thought we all had Buck.
Well, I like to pretend that he is on my own personal speed dial and just for me, but I share him with the rest of you.
now?
Oh,
I'm glad you
okay.
brought that up.
I
I'm
guess we'll
glad you
accept
brought that up because I have two questions that I'm really itching to hear what y'all say. First one, my beard or Gur Sand's beard?
My beard.
Thanks, Cam.
You're welcome.
I can't say I've seen your beard. I mean,
You're a
other
hater.
people
I
have
don't wanna
offered
hear it.
mustache rides. I tell people I offer the entire beard. So
I mean, it's pretty.
Does
It's
that
pretty.
line work?
It's pretty ravishing. I'll shoot you one. I'll shoot you one after this. Deal.
all right, go for it. I'm not
Now-
going to take a ride, but
Eddie or Razor?
Eddie.
Wow, that was unanimous really quick. My YouTube channel or Bucks?
Bucks.
Bucks, because
Hater.
I haven't seen yours. I'm sorry.
Haters,
Bucks,
all of
my
y'all
friend.
haters for everybody. The haterade is real right now.
It's not a hater thing. It's an ignorance thing.
I know.
I haven't seen yours.
It's a tomatoes. I know.
Yes.
I know.
It's
Pato, Buck is really insightful. I'll give you an insightful. I'll give you something insightful, Pato. Your name makes no sense. There it is. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, look, feud or invasion?
feud.
Feud.
Jack Sparrow or Blackbeard?
Jack Sparrow.
Really? Y'all would rather have Jack Sparrow over Blackbeard?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, he just seems to luck into things.
Yeah, I guess. But Blackbeard was real. That dude owned like half of Jamaica.
He did.
Eh,
I like to pretend, so let's go. with
Okay, yeah, okay. We are playing a fictitious game,
Yeah.
so I can
And
see
I'm
that.
a princess, so you
right.
know.
And you never said there were right or wrong answers. You
That-
just said
there's
we
not.
wanted to answer quick.
There's not, but if there's one thing I like to do is hassle the Hoff.
But I'm not the Hoff. I'm pretty sure she's not the Hoff.
Not last time I looked.
You know, haters gonna hate tomatoes. There we go again. Y'all just said there's no wrong answers. Look, last one of this. This is the last one.
Okay.
And I really want y'all to think about
Last
this.
question in the Thunder Round.
The last question.
Should we take
Poke-
5 seconds then?
Nope, you can take two.
Okay.
Oh,
Pokemon or Digimon?
Pokemon.
Pokemon.
I just sound.
play Pokemon Go every day.
See, that makes two of us now because like once they started fixing where you didn't have to have the game up and it would actually like sync up with your phone so you could hatch eggs and stuff. That's the one thing I hated. I was like, yo, I'm doing 13,000 steps a day and I can't hatch an egg in a week, you know?
I used to be able to leave my phone on my desk with the app open, and because of the building I was in, the GPS would get all wonky, and my guy would walk like 20 miles in an hour.
Dang, that's my kind of spot right there. We need, and you know what? That leads us into our next and final segment of this thing. It's the life outside of WWE. So, Rev, I want you to start this. Champions must not be your full-time job. So, what is it? Like, what do you do?
Oh, geez, everybody's gonna hate me. I work in collections. I am.
Enough said. Don't worry about it. Cam, what about? No, I'm just kidding.
let me expand. I work with Navient, formerly known as Sally Mae, and I'm the guy that sends out letters saying, "Hey, your account has been placed with our office for 30 days. You haven't made a voluntary payment."